Hey y'all, Miss Kennedy here, and today we are looking at literal equations. So not linear equations, which sounds almost the same and spelled a lot the same, but literal. So L-I-T, yeah, literal. Okay, so literal equations usually have to do with formulas, and they almost always have a lot of letters in them. And so it just looks scary from the beginning because you're seeing all these letters. And so I just want to put your mind at ease to some extent. Like I see where you're coming from. Like this looks tough, like, right? It looks challenging. Like you're thinking, I just figured out how to solve for X. And now there's 1, 2, 3, 4 letters in this problem and there's no numbers and I don't know where to start. And so take a deep breath and yeah, I get what you're saying. So let's take a look here and just kind of see if we can come up with a strategy and see if we can come up with a solution to make this simpler for you as you're doing the problems that you have to do. So first things first is that you have this is your equation. Like this is what we're looking at, and it says to solve for C. So in other words, if it says for C, that means that when we finish, we want it to say C equals something at the end. Like that's our goal. That's where we're headed. And right now it says M equals, and that's not what we want. And C is on the bottom of this fraction. It's in the denominator, and we don't want that either. Like we just want it to say C equals whatever. Okay. So that's our first thought. Next, I would say if I see a fraction, I don't like them any more than you do. So my first thing would be to take this equation, you just write it down like it is, and I want to get rid of that fraction. So the way to get rid of a fraction is just like if it was like x over 2 equals 7 or something like that, you would multiply both sides by whatever's in the denominator. So you would multiply both sides by 2 and get your answer. Okay, so here the denominator is CD. So I'm going to multiply both sides by CD. Okay, so C's cancel, D's cancel. And the only thing that's left over here is J and then times 1. So just J. Okay. Over here, I've got C times D times M. So you're probably going to write it like that. You might put the little multiplication dots in between, but just understand you're just multiplying C times D times M, or M times C times D. The order doesn't even matter because it's all multiplying, so it's all good. Okay, now remember your goal. You're trying to get down to C equals. So that means that it's just kind of like a problem like 3x equals 18. If your goal is to get to x equals, you've got to divide by whatever is in front of that variable, that x. So you would divide by 3 to get your answer. So here we've got C equals. I've got to divide by whatever is being multiplied times that C. So I want to divide by D and by M because I want to get rid of those two things. So the D's are going to cancel, the M's are going to cancel, and I'm left with C equals, which is what I was wanting to do. So yay, I'm happy about that. All right, and then over here, I've got J over D times M. Now, don't let that bother you that it looks so strange and so weird, but J over DM is not something that you can do anything with. That is your solution, your answer. That is your final product, I guess you'd say. So when you get to that point, there's nothing else to reduce. There's nothing else to do. It said solve for C, and you did that. So all good. All right. I hope that helps. Bye.